Hey, everybody. Welcome to Soul Connection. Melissa Culbertson here, my husband, Brent.
Hey, everyone.
We got a fun show in store for you tonight. So, Soul Connection, real connections with real people. I bring on people that I have met through my work and sometimes just acquaintances as well. So tonight I have a dear friend of mine who actually helped me get into my line of work for mediumship. And tonight we have Deb Finn on here. So Deb, come on in, join us. Hey, Deb.
Guys, how are you?
Good. How are you? Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, Angela. We got quite a group on already here.
Wow. Cool.
So, I just asked Deb to come on and share a little bit about, her journey as well, too, because, everybody thinks that being a medium is an easy thing and it's, all rainbows and sunshine. And it's not always that way. And it takes us a lot to develop the craft and to be able to give messages too. It's definitely a blessing, but sometimes it can weigh heavy on us too, as we feel the messages coming through. I know Deb, we spoke before we got on here tonight and she was already getting things and I'm writing down things. So excited about the connections that we'll be making here tonight. So
I didn't write down anything.
You didn't write anything? Okay.
Was I supposed to do?
Yeah, you didn't do your homework, Brent. So Deb has become a really good friend of our family and been through a lot of stuff with us. Gosh, how long we've been friends now, Deb?
Probably over 10 years.
Yeah, at least. So yeah, I met her through my husband's wife at the time, and you and Sally.
You're my husband.
Wait.
You're my wife.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I met Deb through my husband's aunt.
Yeah. My
Hi,
soul
Kim.
sister.
Hi, Renee. We got a good group coming on here, Kim and Renee and Angela. Hey, guys, thanks for coming on.
Guys.
Here. So I was invited at one time to go to the Captain Mary Mansion in East Dubuque, Illinois. If you ever have a chance to go there, it's a super cool building. They now rent it out as an Airbnb. So somebody invited me. Was it you or maybe Sally, Deb?
I think both of us kind of said, you need to come.
Yeah. So it was an open house and there was other mediums and energy workers there. And they're like, oh, you need to meet everybody. And it was like that kind of just kicked off everything. And I started working there and working with you, Deb, too, like honing in on my readings and stuff.
My hair.
And I did your hair, yes.
Grandma was always with us in your beauty salon.
Yes. My great grandma was with us in my beauty salon a lot.
Always.
And wasn't there one time where something fell off, like a shelf where it shouldn't have or something too? Like
that happens a lot, right, Brent?
That happened to me too.
Yeah, Deb is my my husband's on-call medium since I can't give him readings. So
and he gets a lot. He gets quite interesting readings.
Yeah, and you guys can talk about that a little bit too as we get going here. But I just wanted to let's start off, Deb, and have you share a little bit about your journey into discovering your gift and ability. And I don't know if we've ever talked about did you ever experience things as a young child?
We had a landline and I could tell you who was on the phone calling us before it was picked up. And I had a lot of deja vus and I could answer people's questions before they asked me. And everybody was like, how do you do that? And I still can do that. It freaks people out. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But then I was in a really bad motorcycle accident in 2010. And it really opened the door to where I can see spirit. I feel how they pass away. It just really accelerated everything. But
Yes. So Deb is kind of more of a closet medium.
I'm very private. Melissa's dragging me out of that closet.
Yes, you drug me out, so I mean,
and paybacks
are
bad. I go to the gong meditations on Saturday mornings, and for about 4 or 5 weeks I've been seeing this path that I need to go down, and a phoenix and my spirit animals come through and my guides, and they keep pushing me towards, I have a path I need to be on, and it all is coming back to this path because they know I get pretty good messages. So
yeah, yep.
no, it's yeah. Oh, I see Sally's on now. Hi,
Yes,
Sally.
hi, Sally. So Sally is our connection here. So thanks for coming on, Sally. We love you and miss you here too. Ah.
Yeah. But
And
I was with Sally. Oh, I can't even, before she left Dubuque, I was with her, and we were over in Elizabeth, and we were eating at a barbecue bar. And I looked at Sally and I go, who let that little dog in? And Sally looks at me kind of, huh? Yeah, there's not a dog there. And I go, it's right there. It's just sitting right by that lady, by our waitress.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you need to say something to her. And so the waitress comes over, and naturally you don't know what their reaction's going to be. So I'm like, I don't know if you believe in any of this, which is normal. And I said, you have a little male black lab puppy that is following you all over this place. And she had told me that they had a litter of black lab puppies, and the little male that used to follow her around fell down some steps and passed away from his injuries.
Oh.
Wow.
And then she's like, but I really would like to hear from my mom. And I'm like, hon, I'm sorry, I'm new at this, and all I could do is tell you your little puppy's here. So I felt bad to give her a message from her mom, but it was kind of the start. And then we were down at the old Calmus's down in the Millwork district, and there was a man sitting at a table up by the window, and he had a hat that was on the table. And I told Sally, I go, do you see that guy up there by at that table? He keeps looking at us. And Sally's like, Deb, there is no guy up there. You know, so you're wondering, okay, what is going on? And he looked at me and kind of tipped his hat and walked out of the door. And it's like, you know, that was kind of when I really realized I can see spirit. Because it just, and now when I see them, they actually look me in the eye. So that is my trigger that I know it's a spirit.
So you see them. Okay. I've asked them, I don't want to see because I saw enough in my years, and like, so I've shut that part of it down. So
I don't see them when they pass. I see them in health. Like what their spirit looks like in the other world. I see that. I don't see their injuries. I don't see any of that stuff. So to me, it's comforting. It's kind of fun. Call it out.
Oh yeah, definitely. But, so you had your accident, and that you said had brought the ability out more for you. And that's one thing too, that people that have this gift, if they have it and they're not really aware of it, sometimes traumas can really bring it forward for people, bring it out. And so I see that a lot in my work too. And I think too, with especially the last few years and things going on in our world, I'm seeing a lot more people in tune to things. Just seeing a big uptick.
Oh yeah. And I think I had this whole time, I think I had the ability. I just didn't plug into it, where I took three classes. And in one of the classes, I connected with Mother Earth. And the other ones, we were doing readings, and I was blowing everybody's minds. And it's like, this is just what pops into my head. You know, and I guess that's what people don't understand. They're like, how do you get messages? Well, we're all different. Like, I don't know if any of you have gone to Melissa. She writes, and she writes really good. I have them. I sit down and just visit, and all of a sudden it just pops in my head, and things I have thrown out the F-bomb, and I don't say the F word all the time. And the people that I was talking to, they knew that was their spirit, because that was the way he was. And it's like,
Yep.
I'm sorry. So to me, it's a little uncomfortable because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth.
Right.
But to them, they know it's their loved one. So to me, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. We got Brianna and Kenzie on here. Hey guys.
hi, you
Thanks
guys.
for joining us here. So yeah, we have Deb sharing about her how she came into her mediumship abilities and yeah, all the things that go along with being a medium and how mediums give messages and things like that too. So yeah. So what else about Deb and your abilities?
Deb doesn't do this as a job.
Oh,
If
yeah.
anybody wants a reading, you need to hook up with Melissa because she's good. I will say no and walk away because that's happened to me before. One of the gong meditations, I had a lady actually waiting outside the meditation because I do get messages during that meditation and I do have to share them.
Yeah.
And the lady waited outside for me and, well, I would like a reading from you. And I'm like, I don't do readings. I'm sorry. I just will shut it down immediately because I am so private. I'm not ready to just open up that part. My enjoyment is the ones that I do read, the smiles that they get, the happy tears, the savings bonds that they find.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was weird, but
yeah. And that's the thing too, like it's hard for mediums to read their own loved ones and family members and stuff.
Yes.
So that's why I'm always like, hey, ask Deb what's going on.
That's where it's nice because Brent has gotten some pretty awesome readings.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. They always come out of left field, that's for sure. So
yeah. So well, tell the story about your grandpa and the flag.
Oh, that was I kept for multiple nights. I kept hearing Morse code, like on my nightstand. I kept hearing the click, 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 and so Deb and I got into a conversation, and she described my grandpa to a T, got his middle name, except she kept saying Vietnam War. So, and then I'm like, I don't, she's like, well, it's the flag with the big red circle. I'm like, oh gosh, that's Japan. That's my grandpa, World War II. And so Deb needs help with her flags. Other than that, the reading was spot on.
I knew it was seen. I just couldn't. Yeah.
And it was right before, it was right before grandma passed too. So it was kind of like, oh, he's by your grandma. Things are going. And that's, And then like a couple months later, she ended up going home and then passing away. But he was there with her, so made my mom happy. So
it's comforting to know that too.
Yeah,
that she's right there ready to take them, and
and that's one thing too with giving messages. We're just the messenger too. I think people need to realize that things might not be 100% accurate, spot on, and that's where I like to take the notes too, where they can take them home and reread and decipher for themselves too. Because of something like that, we could totally dismiss it, but like no, you think about it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's what that means too. So
we have no clue what it means at all.
Yeah. For us, I mean, they're just giving us a little tidbit of things here and there. They're not giving us so much information, Hi, Amanda. So you have to understand that too when you come in for a reading, that we're just getting what we can, and the rest is kind of up to you.
A lot of times they can leave and not understand the message, and a month later, this Melissa told me this. It doesn't always, the messages don't always come immediately to you either.
Yeah.
I find too, sometimes if I'm telling somebody the reading, they'll completely know what it meant. I'm like, oh, I guess it was for you. So it's like, I had that happen once too. So
I guess my hardest is when you do get something, who does it belong to? I'm still working on that a lot. My issues are they actually tell me and show me how they pass. So I actually get the pains.
Yeah.
Like right here tonight.
Yeah.
Oh no, that might be a James from the Captain Mary.
Captain Mary. No, I don't think it's. No,
no, but I remember you have to leave. And
that was bad.
and he
That
likes
one was-
me.
He liked you, but I don't know why he kept telling me how he
Yeah.
died. He
Yeah.
apparently got hit in the back of the head with a 2x4. And every time I walked in that door, that was all I felt was that
Yeah.
impact.
So yeah, we used to conduct ghost hunts at the Captain Mary,
Oh.
that mansion, the haunted mansion that we worked at, and where Deb and I first kind of met there. So that was always interesting, fun having you along and doing those
It
groups.
was fun.
But I'm glad those days are behind us, though. Too, it got kind of sketchy sometimes. So
yeah. Well, like the orb that came out of my head that Brett filmed.
Yes.
I dropped the F-bomb then.
Yeah, that one was really strange. And I had the worst headache until that happened, and then the headache was gone.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
So
crazy.
And it was
yeah.
got it on film, and it's like, that was like really strange, but
Brent could find it on his phone.
Yeah,
It's been
boy.
so long,
I
probably.
know.
But to have that up tonight, that would be cool. Yes. So let's, before we get into the readings and things too, I want you to share a little bit about your journey with loss too. I've helped you with some readings with your special love, Tom. So share a little bit about Tom with us.
Well, first I was in a really bad marriage, an abusive marriage. And Tom was like my best friend for 12 years before I got my divorce. I could talk to him about anything and everything. And I know love comes from best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to get my divorce, I knew I had to tell him I was getting a divorce. I don't know why. He's never been married. Tom was never married.
Oh, okay.
And I just had to share with him that I was getting a divorce. And I said, people are probably going to talk because we always talk. But to me, I've had a lot of male friends more than female friends.
Mm-hmm.
And when my divorce finally went through, he asked me to go on a motorcycle ride with him. And pretty much the rest is history, because we had the greatest love, and we dated 6 years. He gave me an engagement ring. And 3 months after he gave me the engagement ring, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer and lived for 1.5 years and passed away. And then at his wake, my best female friend at the time, who my kids babysat for growing up, came to me with some news that she was diagnosed with a really aggressive breast cancer, and that she had probably 1 year to live. And she basically pushed me out of her life because she didn't want me to relive it because of what I went through with Tom.
Oh.
And
we have some pictures of you and Tom too. We can have Dave pull them up for us here. So look at you kids.
Young. I'm so young there.
Aww.
Well, he's been gone 22 years now. We watched the Twin Towers collapse, but he had no clue what was going on when they collapsed.
Aww.
And that's out in Washington State, out in Bellingham, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
We'd go out and see my dad. So, yeah, he rode Ragbri. That was one of his Ragbri pictures.
Oh, okay.
And the year that he was diagnosed with Ragbri, or he was diagnosed with his cancer, he rode Ragbri. And we met up in Manchester, and he was just totally gray. Well, if you could know back then what I know now, he was probably riddled with his cancer. But still did the Ragbri, and he dehydrated really bad. And so, yeah, I worked with him out at Thermaline, and all my friends out at Thermaline, I posted the picture of us together up in the woods, and all my friends from Thermaline are just like, that is so cool. He is, and everybody was commenting on it today. And it just was kind of a nice feeling because it's been so long.
Yeah.
And I don't think grief ever disappears. It gets better, but it doesn't ever disappear. You always, like, for 5 years after he passed, I was so mad at God. I was so mad. I existed. I can't remember 5 years.
Yeah.
You walk through life, you work, you come home, you just, you lose your will at the time. Yeah. And, it just wasn't my time. Well, then I know when I got in that motorcycle accident, I know he was there protecting me because that 1,800-pound gold wing should have rolled right over my body and killed me. And it stopped like 6 feet away from me. It stopped standing straight up like you're going to jump on it and ride away.
Wow.
And the whole thing was trashed. The bike just was trashed to bits and pieces, but we were hauling a trailer, and somehow that trailer had gone to the side and made it stop. And I know Tom had a hand in that because it wasn't my time to go yet.
Yeah,
you know? And that's pretty much when everything opened up for me. And it was like a door that just kind of opened. And I think my guardian angels were like kicking me in the behindy saying that, we've been trying to tell you this forever. So, and so it's like, so I started slowly. And like I said, Melissa, you would do my hair and I would give you messages from your great grandma and you would give me messages. And it's so cool when you get together with another meeting. Interesting.
Yeah. And we didn't know each other that well, but, getting to know each other. So, I mean, that helped a lot too.
It helped a lot. And then the cat Mary, really, we bonded over there big time. It was pretty much, when you're like this, you run with people like yourself. And, I've gotten to the point where some people know I'm a medium and they're just like, well, do you get anything for me? And mediums personally get a little upset hearing that constantly. It's like, just don't push, and I'm not a pushy person at all. So, and if I do a reading, when I do a reading, to me, the payment is those happy tears, the love that you get, like at the gong session. I had hearts falling down in front of me and then flying off to the side. And here, the person they were flying towards lost her grandmother the Wednesday before, 4 days before our gong. And it was like so neat because she needed that message. And, it was very quick and I didn't say a whole lot. I didn't want to, but I told her, I said, Grandma says I need to hug you. And we hugged and I couldn't let her go. I couldn't let her go.
Yeah, she needed that. That was amazing.
She did need it. And the more gong sessions I go to, the more messages. Like I had a message for Renee last week. Like the girls that were sitting to the right of me, the one was brand new. It was her first time, and the other one was there 2 times. And all I said was, Renee, you need to see me after this. And they're all like, well, we like to hear this. And I go, no, this is very private. It's like, I don't like to publicly announce stuff. So for me, this podcast, I've been just like stressing for a couple of days. Because I am so private that, but I do enjoy doing readings. I love you guys.
Well, we love you too.
Yes.
Have been family to me for quite a while now. And I've watched your boys grow up. And like Aaron used to follow me around whenever he'd see me. And I just, he's such a sweetheart. So, but, I know I'm being called to do this. And
the world needs more of it. And to bring up the about when people ask you out in public, I get that a lot. Are you getting anything from me? And when I'm out, I don't, I'm not tuning in. I'm not looking for stuff to pick up on. Sure, I pick up on things, but
we kind of close that door.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be on all the time.
No, you can't.
I've learned too where you can't just barge in on somebody's energy too and read them. There's a spiritual code as well that you should follow too, and not go into people's personal boundaries as well. So well, and you don't know if that person wants to hear it either. They might not be. I remember you saying you saw a guy when you were out walking and his wife came through to you, and I'm just like, tell him and just ask him if it's okay. I was pushing you so hard back then. And I did. It was like the floodgates opened, and I would always ask, permission. If people are
that's
open,
the big thing is the permission.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, like, I did a reading a couple weeks ago to a friend, and I saw her at work and gave her a hug, and I heard a name. And so I said, we need to get together. And we did, and it turned out to be a pretty good reading for her. And
Yeah.
it just that's kind of the way I function right now. Is if I get something, then I come out and basically tell them I need to get together with you. Because I'm not on call like you are.
Yeah. Well, and you've handed me little notes here recently too, of things from my dad, and I do appreciate.
Oh, your dad! I knew him in life, and I loved him, and I still love him. He is such a good soul. And he actually slapped Brent upside the head one time.
Good.
But he had some harsh words to say to Brent, but
what?
Oh, yeah. It was like yeah, but the thing of it is, it came through. Like you told me about that the other day about why is my music turning down? You're like, you need to talk. I'm like, I'm in the shower. Why would I talk to him when I'm in the shower? But then it dawned on me. It's like, hey, the shower is the place where I like let go of my feelings, or if I break down, that's the place. I'm like, it all like last week. I'm like, oh my gosh, it took me about a month, but I figured it out.
Yeah.
Like, why is my father not want to talk to me?
Water conducts. Water's a good conductor.
Oh yeah.
So that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's always rhyme or reason why I tell you what I tell you, Brent.
I know that. That's why it didn't dawn on me. I'm like, why does he want to talk to me when I'm in the shower? I'm like, I don't sing very well, and if I get soap in my mouth, it turns into a soap opera. So.
But So thanks, Renee and Kim, your comments too, and
thank you guys. I was just looking over reading them.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
Our family too, that's the cool thing about different meetings and events that I hold, and the gong bath and everything, the meditation, really getting to build community and get to know people. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're striving for in our spiritual community here. So we appreciate all of you guys. So we're going to keep chatting and stuff too, but I just had a thought. If you would like to hear from a loved one, Kim misses Brent's jokes at work. I'll send them to you anytime, Kim.
I just miss Brent. He's the best hugs.
He does.
Yeah.
So if you just want to maybe put a comment of a heart or a first name of a loved one you want to hear from, Deb and I will just hone in as that starts to come through. I do have some notes written already of some things coming through here too. So, but yeah, we'll keep chatting about all things spiritual and stuff like that here too, while we hone in on your comments. And if you would like a reading,
let me throw out, because spirits tell me how they pass away.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a young male with me, and my head hurts here, and it feels like a suicide. And I'm sorry to say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know who this is for, and they are apologizing big time. So I don't know who needs to hear that, even if they're on here. It might hit me a few days from now that it's somebody that I know, and but I just need to throw that out there. And I keep feeling it's a male. I don't think it's a female, but I just feel they did not know what they were doing until it's too late. And they are very sorry. So I don't know who that is for, even if they're on, but if it is, my loves to you.
So if that resonates with you, just give us a comment here too. We can, dive into some more things.
Brianna, is that you? Is that for you, hon?
JD.
I'm not picking the name.
Deb, did you see the gentleman? Because I'm getting like a wearing like a zip up type of a thing too.
A hoodie. Like,
yeah.
Zipper. Yeah.
I feel like he was a good, kind soul to a lot of people though too, but he had his own demons
too. Misunderstood his kindness.
Yeah.
I had this headache like 2 or 3 hours ago, and I had to take some Tylenol because it hurt so bad. But I don't know who the message is for. Brianna, if it's for you, whoever it is, tell their loved ones that he is very sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That he didn't mean to do it. And before he realized it was too late. He couldn't come back from it.
Yeah. And it feel like he like abandoned his family too, or just pushed everybody kind of away here before his passing too, and just became, well, I think you said it too, like a loner and
yeah,
hopping from one thing to the next, trying to figure out what made sense to him. And it, there must have been some kind of mental health thing going on there too, where I don't think he understood what it was.
Yeah. And his soul figured it out after he had passed.
Mm-hmm.
And he is apologizing to family, especially the one, whoever found him. I'm sorry. It's pretty blunt and I'm very sorry, but he is so, so sorry. Okay, now that I killed the dude.
No, you're not killing nothing here. We're just, we're going with the flow. I said we're going with the flow tonight.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you share some of what you've got, Melissa.
All right. I think it might be for somebody that just came on here, but I'm going to put this out here. I wrote these notes before we came on, just asking spirit to come through. And as I was saging my space here, but a female, and she was she tells me she's in her 70s, and she's kind of funny. She's like, well, you need to tell them how old I was. So, okay, 70, so upper 70, 76, I'm even getting, that she didn't think that you should be there for her passing. You missed her passing here. But I feel like somebody had to drive a little ways to get there too. And this illness stuck around for a long time, and she's like, I gave it all I had. I just did what I could. And she hopes her family understands that she tried to wait, but then she's like, there was one person that she didn't think should be there for the passing, and they didn't make it. But I feel like it was a close, they were close, but just missed it, her passing. Linda, how's your goofy husband doing?
I was just reading that, and this man popped into my head. Did he have cancer, Linda? Because I'm feeling my body is just kind of shutting down at the end. And he is fun. He is a fun guy. Such a squirrely guy, if I could say that. Uh-oh, Melissa's writing again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Amanda Marie Schmidt, I'm channeling for you, but yeah, Deb, I'll let you.
No, he was septic. Well, your body shuts down, Linda, when it's septic. It's not fun. I didn't get the disease right, but he is a fun guy, though. He's a cool spirit. And he is around you constantly. Like you feel behind you, like if you back up, like, okay, what's back there? And it's him. He's kind of always there.
So Amanda, I feel like I wrote the name Britt down here, and nobody could see that coming. He says of his passing, how quick and unexpected this was here too. But it's just like, I don't know. I got something like even like fuzzy feeling on the side of my eye and my head here. I'm just not feeling right in my head here. I have definitely like a younger soul. I don't know if he's like he lifted weights or kind of a bulky stature to him as well. But he's like, oh my God, my family gave me so much praise after I passed. Like, oh, what the heck? Like, he didn't expect that. And he's making me cry because he's like, how they've honored me. So does that resonate with you, Amanda?
You're waiting for her to type.
Yeah,
Sally, my sister just passed, and she told my son that she didn't have the energy to see me before she passed. Does that resonate? We used to be very close, but oh, okay.
Linda came to me the other night, Sally. It said she is so sorry she lost your connection. And I didn't want to tell you tonight when we talked on the phone, but
yeah, Sally, that does. Amanda, that connects with you too. Okay, good. So I can also sense and feel like where our loved ones are on the other side too. And I just got like the major chills here.
my legs are chilling.
Yeah, wow. See, goosebumps. Sally, your sister's good, and she must have been just kind of like a little spitfire too, full of energy and just like tell you how it is. With Britt, Amanda too, like I feel like I don't know if this is more like he hasn't 3 years. I don't know if he's been gone a few years or something too, but I just feel like he's still working on things, and he's like definitely like he's super like protective of his family and the people close to him too. So he's like, I'm just like, he's more or less like humbly like putting his own stuff aside so he can like make sure his family's okay. So just let his family know that, yeah, like he's taking care of them. So he's making me cry. I'm really like emotional with him. So a lot of love for his family. Whew.
Which a lot of people don't understand that we feel their emotions. I have broken down and sobbed in a few readings.
Mm-hmm.
It's touching. It happens. You know, it's our nature.
Yeah. Thanks for that validation, Amanda. This is 3 years. Okay. Wow. So I'm still emotional. Sorry. That's his emotions, not mine. I'm not an actress.
No, I had a really weird thing happen. We were doing a Angel of Hope statue over at the Cat Mary. We did a tag team reading for everybody. And Melissa was reading a woman. And afterwards, we were breaking off into private groups. Well, Melissa was reading this woman, and their son was standing right next to me and just kept saying, tell her it's not her fault. So I told him that. And then afterwards, we were going to break off in different groups. And they came to me. And in my reading, it was all about the dad. And when they went to leave, I'm not going to tell everybody the reading, but when they went to leave, I went to hug the dad and I couldn't let go. And I whispered in his ear, you know, this isn't me, don't you? And he's like, yeah, I can feel them. And so we as mediums get these, like Melissa with her crying, actually feels that from the spirit. You know, and people don't understand that part either. It is very emotional on a medium when they do readings. It can wipe you out when you're done.
Yeah. Yep. So I do have somebody else that was up there too, Amanda Becker. Amanda, for your grandma. What's going on with your stove? Something's happening with your stove, Amanda? So Amanda's got, the anxiety go away. But she says you
just put that up. That was from before.
Okay. So she says something about like, well, you haven't grieved. You haven't really grieved here. So she's talking about that, your anxiety, but she's like, grief plays a big part of this too right now. So I know I talk to you once in a while here, Amanda. But like, she's just saying like, you haven't given yourself a chance to grieve me. So she's worried about that. Nothing with the stove yet. I hope not.
Yet.
Something about shutting it off. Do you have a gas stove, Amanda? I feel like it's something with the connection with the stove or something weird.
That makes complete sense. So
yeah. Oof, I'm dizzy. Like if you have gas or something, man, to check your house and be worried about, you know. So yeah, hop on in if you want a reading.
I don't know how to get there. There might be something.
Let us know. Let me see if I can scroll back through here too. Look for some names. Deb and I are Hensley. I'll let you, Deb, with this one. Angela is a client of mine.
Oh.
I love Hensley.
What a cutie.
Big heart, Hensley.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. The love. The love. Little Kinsley knew it. He couldn't stay. I'm not getting a whole lot on him though. I'm sorry. I don't.
It's a girl that helped.
My headache is still there.
Mm-hmm.
This girl that what? What were you saying?
It's a girl. Hensley's a girl. Yep. I'll help you with that. Girl? Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I couldn't. I'm not plugging into her, so.
No, that's okay. Amanda says it was a plug on the stove. Okay.
The knob's broke. The knob's broke.
The knob is broke. Okay. So Margie, we mentioned somebody about working out. We connected that with somebody else too. So I got that one spoken for here. Wendy, I'm working on something for you, but Wendy, did you have a grandmother that you were closely connected to who's very soft spoken, and she says that you are a lot like her?
Did that grandma teach her like a lot of her cooking and baking and like? Okay, not really. Okay, I got a grandma with cooking and baking and
just a very soft-spoken lady here too. So, yeah. Well, thanks, Marie. Welcome, Kathy.
Delicious cookies.
She made delicious cookies. There you go.
Connect with the baking that I was picking up on, because I saw her in like back then. They wore a lot of aprons and stuff, and like the Rolling Pin, and so it was like baking.
All right. I have messages before we got on here too. I'm going to throw some of these out here because this was coming through kind of strange. So I don't know. I think it's for one person. This is a male energy. The number 7 associated with this person, something about stages. So I feel like stages of their disease and like the awareness around this, not understanding their stages and where we got to. Rainbows associated with the connection with this person. And like he's showing me like one winter glove on one hand. It's a black glove. But I feel like he had to have gloves on a lot for being outside. He's outside in the winter, but there's one glove on. So I don't know what that exactly means. So Heather, that sounds like your grandma. Okay. With the soft spokenness too, what like there's like when you came on, I saw your comment, Heather. I just like a heaviness in my just hearing a little breathing a little bit. Yeah. Was she short lady too? Just she's cute. She's very cute. And something about riding it out, Heather, riding this one out. Something that just came up here in your life, and she says to ride it out. So
Tom's got that in your glove.
Tom says, I was doing siding this winter with one glove on, which is black. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
You guys are getting two grandmas together, it looks like.
Okay. Heather and Wendy, grandma's kind of connected, and that's how it works. Yeah, that's how it works too. I mean, when we've got all these people and you got Deb and I, like the energy just flows. So, I mean, just know your loved ones they're definitely here. We'll get you the messages the best that we can here. It might be thrown in with another one, but hey, it's in there. So, and like we were saying before too, you know, these messages are just what we get from the other side and for your interpretation.
Tom, did you lose a significant other? Like wife, girlfriend, fiance, your better half?
You lost one glove.
A child. Oh, okay. A female child. LOL. Sorry, I'm not hitting it tonight. I've got a
No, he's laughing because I said he lost a glove.
And I think, Deb, too, like you asking if he lost that significant other, sometimes it's just that energy you can feel that he was close to this person that he lost. Like there was a close loss. So don't say, hey, no, I'm off. No, I feel like that's okay. Do newborn babies come through? Yes, absolutely.
And babies that don't take breaths in this world do too.
Yep.
They do.
Mm-hmm. What was I gonna say here? Kathy, nice sis here. Do you have a picture of like a lady with a funny photo? I feel like this is, many moons ago. But I see this lady, she's like on a hammock, and I think she's had a couple of drinks or something, but she's laughing in the picture. She's in a hammock, and I feel like this is just a funny photo or something. But does this spark anything for you? It looks pretty funny.
The lull. And Melissa's writing again.
Angela, are you still here for Hensley?
Just go ahead and say it in case you want to.
So, Angela, Hensley here, but and I'm so excited that Hensley's got
Paula Hinkle. Oh my God! Sorry, I know Paula Hinkle. This is good to hear from you, Paula. Man, it's been years.
Hi, Angela. Okay, good you're here. So she keeps calling her brother a crybaby and laughing at him, but is he like a really sensitive one or something about the crying? And she's like, tell him to stop his crying. He has learned to cry to get attention. Okay, yeah, so she'd be the bossy older sister saying, stop your crying and whining. Aw. And she's doing good, by the way, feeling her energy. So it's like, yeah, she's growing with the time here too. So and another one too, like I feel like she's super protective of the people in her life. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Something with the mom and dad here too. So I don't know. A divide here is like, she's kind of adamant about this is the time. This is the time. This is the last one. So something happened with their relationship here. I don't know, but with Hensley, yeah. Of course she would say that. Hey, Becky. So
I have a mother figure with me too. And the mom passed from cancer. Like, I'm thinking breast cancer, but it was up in the chest area. So it could be lung, could be breath, the breast, it could be any of that. But she probably passed when she was, I'm thinking about 65-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a young mother. So
anybody connect with that here? Thanks, Angela. Yeah, we'll see you. She knows you love her. She is a sweetie. Aw. Becky, I don't think I've ever given you a reading.
Oh, Tammy, pneumonia is the lungs. That makes sense because it was up in this area that I was hurting. So, and mom was happy where you held her hand while she was passing. You were right there. Because she appreciates you. I don't know. Did you do a lot of things for her towards the end? I feel she's thanking you and saying she could not have done it without you, and you made her more calm for her passing, and she appreciated that. that she
Mhm.
needed you there and you were there, and she absolutely loves and adores you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just know she knew it and she appreciated it, even though she was not totally awake. She knew you were doing it and she really appreciates you.
Mhm. Aw. So Becky, your baby girl here, um,
Oh,
she's
Becky, I
just,
love the pictures when you were on the podcast. My heart went out to you, hon.
I feel like you guys sent her off with a lot of things in that little casket. She's just showing stuff and stickers come to mind. I don't know. I just feel like there were so many things in there, like little tokens of
There's little
appreciation and
medals.
love.
Little medals. She's showing me little medals, some kind of little medal.
Yeah.
Like almost like a St. Christopher medal or something, but see, we're tag teaming again, Melissa.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love it. This is really fun.
It is. Yeah. We'll be doing this again, won't we?
Yeah, we definitely will be.
What do you guys think?
My guess is Becky's typing and the dog knocked the computer over.
Oh. But Becky, she keeps saying that you did a good job. You did a good job too. And it just feels like the whole process of everything, like she's saying like the whole week, like she's saying 7 days. And I know you were just on, we talked about your story. I don't remember everything, but she's just saying, mom, you did a good job. Like, so if there's any like thoughts where you go back about thinking about your process of your baby here and how she came into this world, it's just like, no, mom, you did right by me. So another one getting emotional here.
See that? I'm getting tears for that too. It's like, what a sweet little soul.
Yeah. Oh, Kim, for Tony too, was he like a lot of fun and like out in the sun, a lot of that stuff? So I just feel like he was just the life of the party, this guy here. Is it?
Kim said he was a cardster.
A cardster. Oh, what's a cardster?
Well, I was going to say, what is that? I've never heard of that.
Oh, sorry, Becky. I'm getting one more thing here for you. She says something about how there's somebody on the other side. There's a female that passed away. I feel like it's on your mom's side of the family here. She says she helps her on the other side. She helps your daughter. And she's like, she
rocks her. I'm seeing a rock in her.
Yeah.
Like a grandmother that's sitting in a chair and just rocking her.
Yeah, but I feel like there's souls too on the other side. Like this lady that comes from your mom's side, Becky, I believe, is like help guiding your daughter. But I feel like this person passed away after your daughter. That makes sense to you. So I'm interested
Grandma
about
Jane?
that.
She just said Grandma Jane.
Grandma Jane. Do you remember your grandma's pajamas? Like something about silky. She's like, I just always had to wear nice, comfortable, silky pajamas or something like that. Ask the grandma to validate an ear for me. Oh, yeah. So those two are just they're like little spiritual gurus up there helping each other out, and like she's showing your daughter, the ropes and everything. Yeah, which is unusual, like I said, because it's like I felt like this lady passed after your daughter. So I'm like, okay, I don't know exactly how everything works on the other side too. It's you know, they don't show me the full picture on things, and maybe we're not supposed to either. I think a lot of it's supposed to be, a surprise, or us to have faith as well. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely, excuse me, do this again. We'll come on. Maybe it needs to be something we do once a month or something, Deb. I don't know.
I would, because the more I plug into it, the better I'll get, and I'll get more messages.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm piggybacking you a lot, but I also am getting a few messages for people here. But my way is I have to sit down and just visit with the person, and stuff comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of hard to just pop off. But the more I do this, the better it'll get. So.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Look at all this. Everybody say it. Please do it again.
Yes.
Everybody's agreed with us.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. You guys, thank you. Glad you've enjoyed it too. Yeah. It's like this time went super, super fast.
It did. I can't believe it's almost coming to an end.
So thanks, Renee. You guys are kind and genuine too. And that, yes. Thank you. So I'm just getting from Kim, from Tony. He's just showing himself that, he's good, and he's still having fun. He's, basking in the sun. And he says he's still like, did he have like a routine in his daily routine, like hitting the streets? I feel like he traveled like the same roads or something. Like, I don't know. Was he retired or something? But I feel like he kind of had his own little routine that he did here, cruising around and visiting with people.
It was the same streets and that. He couldn't vary from that. It had to be the same thing. That's what I'm getting to, is like, I have to turn left here. I have to turn right here.
Yeah. Oh, he's a beer delivery guy.
That makes sense.
Awesome.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah. We like to have fun. Yes, thank you guys. Yeah, we like to have fun and have tears when you're with us. That's what you get. So
yeah, it's laughing, it's crying, it's happy cry,
No, Deb, you did amazing. It's hard to be put on the spot, and then like we have so many people coming through wanting things.
We had a lot come through tonight.
Huh?
We had a lot come through tonight in a little time.
Yes. Oh, good. Thank you, Linda, for coming on. Amanda, Elaine. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys all coming on, and we want to do this for you guys. With this helps us to feel good, helping you to connect with your loved ones too. So, all right, Deb, one question before we go. What do you want to tell the world?
If you had one message for the world, what would it be? It's my question.
Sorry. I guess the more positive you throw out, the more positive you're gonna, you reap what you sow. Yeah. You're gonna throw positive out, you'll get positive. You're gonna throw negative out, you'll get negative.
Amen.
And about 12 years ago, I stopped throwing negative and started doing the positive. And my life has increased so much for the better. My friends are better. My pathway is better. And I would just say, keep being positive. Don't put people down. Don't get emotional with somebody. Do the positive, and it will come back positive to you.
Good message. Yep.
Thank you.
Love you, Deb. Thank you so much. Stick on.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, coming.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.